New tonight, our candidate profile on Austin Theriault. He's trying to unseat incumbent Democrat Jared Golden, who is seeking his fourth term representing Maine's 2nd congressional district. In 2020, voters in that district backed former President Donald Trump. Now Theriault is urging people to vote Republican up and down the ticket.
Well, coming from Aroostook County, you're friends with everybody, regardless of your background and your beliefs.
Austin Theriault is trying to do something different.
I was born and raised in a family that worked hard and valued our community and valued families for sure.
The Fort Kent native and Republican Maine state representative made a name as a NASCAR driver. Now he's in another race for Maine's 2nd congressional district, where he hopes to unseat Democrat Jared Golden. Golden has won the district 3 consecutive times since 2018.
I think at the end of the day, he's a decent guy. I just think that he's aligned, with the wrong policies, the wrong principles.
At the Oxford Plains Speedway, Theriault is back in the driver's seat. Today, he's racing to raise money for those impacted by the Lewiston mass shootings, a tragedy he feels could be prevented by better enforcing yellow flag laws and funding mental health programs instead of restricting guns.
We need to focus on the people that are using those weapons and understand why are they doing that, why is our society going down in that direction, and that's going to address the root cause, not the weapons. It's the people that are using the weapons.
To capture the rural 2nd District, Theriault is running on a largely conservative platform. He supports domestic oil drilling to bring energy costs down, backs government deregulation, and agrees with the Supreme Court's decision to end the federal right to an abortion by overturning Roe v. Wade.
This issue is going back to the states and the voters in those states. Maine, in particular, went a lot more liberal recently, and if that's the will of the people, that's what's going to happen.
But in a Republican Party strongly tied to former President Donald Trump, Theriault's personal brand is distinct, even with Trump's endorsement in hand.
Obviously, there's difference in style. I've talked about that before, difference in style. But at the end of the day, I know people personally that are not a big fan of Mr. Trump, but they are going to vote for him because they're not happy with how things have gone over the past 4 years.
In trying to pry away votes from Golden, Theriault's campaign has followed a devoted line of attack, calling the Democrat a flip-flopper who changes stances on policy and won't endorse a candidate for president.
I think that's a disservice to the voters.
Ultimately, Theriault is hoping to offer a change in Washington.
We need that in America. We need to get back to sitting at the kitchen table and figuring out how we can solve our problems.
In Oxford County, Donovan Lynch, News Center, Maine.
Jared Golden's campaign responded to Theriault's criticisms. In a statement, a spokesperson for the campaign writes, in part, Jared Golden is a Marine, a husband and father, and the most bipartisan member of Congress. That's why he's working hard to earn every vote by running on his record as an independent voice for all Mainers, regardless of political party.